Hi there guys, it's Neil here, just going to do a quick demo of the 6-minute walk test. So here we go, I'm going to do it for a male client and it's his initial assessment before he does cardiac rehab. Okay, so I'm going to go into male, let's go into the pre-6-minute walk test. Alright, turn that down and let's put in some vital signs before he's done his before he's done his 6-minute walk test. Let's say it's that. Done. Now what you can also do is use some Borg scales. Okay, this will assess your fatigue and shortness of breath. And you've got another one here that can assess your level of exertion. Okay, no worries. And that's your stopwatch. Okay, so go start, stop, and reset. And I'll show you a little bit more about the lap counter in a moment. But for now, we'll do that. Now let's scroll down and let's fill in the Borg scales. Now you don't usually need a RPE, rate of perceived exertion, before the walk test. It's usually done during, so we'll have the blood glucose level. Let's say he is diabetic and it's 8.5. We're done. So we've done all his obs there. Okay, that's done. Let's slide over. Okay, so here we do some biometrics to get the predicted distance. Now, it'll default to the on-right formula with the height, weight, and age, and you can actually switch it up and do the Jenkins formula, which is just a height, age. Okay, and that'll be fine. No worries. Okay, so there's the on-right formula. Okay, let's go the height, which is, say it's 185, weight is 78, age. Now, let's say you're bad at calculating ages like I am, so I'm going to go to the age calculator. Alright, I'm going to put in that person's birthday, let's say 1958, and let's calculate that. So he's technically still 54 years old. Now what we do is we're going to add this to the male client. Okay, and we're all done. So we'll scroll back up to the top and go back. So we're back to where that is, and the age has been added into there quite easily. Now we can calculate the predicted distance. So there we go. And let's say, like I said in the beginning, it was the initial assessment before he's done, like say, cardiac rehab program. So I'll press initial. So the predicted distance has been added to the initial assessment. Okay, now that's done. We can swipe over, and this is now we get into the conducting of the 6-minute walk test. So we know usually a length of track is 25 or 30 meters, or whatever you have there. You've got your laps, and that's where you use your stopwatch. Okay, you can start, stop, reset like I did before. Let's just start it. Now this lap button here is what makes is your lap counter, and that makes the laps go up. So each time the patient does a lap, you just add it on. Okay, and there we are. So just for example, he's done 5 laps. Okay, now I'm just gonna change that to 22, but that was just to give you an example of how it adds a lap on each time. Now let's calculate the distance there. So that's gone down to 550, and let's say the client is actually, they don't actually complete a lap and they stop halfway or something like that, and you need to put in a partial lap that they've done. You can add 15 meters, and let's add that, for example, and that's added 15 to make it 565. Now let's add that to the initial assessment. Okay, that's all done. So the client's distance has been added to the initial assessment. Cool. Let's swipe over. We're all done, and this is where we would switch up into the stopwatch, alright, and doing vital signs. So let's say the first minute's gone, and the client's blood pressure is on 65 and 125 on 75. Okay, now I'm not going to do it for the whole, fill out each and every field just for this demonstration, so I'll just fill it out for the 6th minute. Okay, 99, let's say, shoots up to 80, and 135 on 80. Okay, at the 6th minute, and then let's say after 5 minutes during recovery, you've got 99, 65, 120 on 60. Okay, now that's all done. There's no need to add it to the initial assessment. So what we do is we'll just swipe on over, and this is the post 6-minute walk test scales that we need to fill out. So again, we can use our Borg scales to ask, how fatigued or short of breath they are, and also what they thought the level of exertion, perceived exertion that they thought there. Okay, so let's say 3, 3, and 12, just for an example. And let's say we've done the blood sugar, and it'd be 7.9, so it's gone down a bit. And you're all done, so let's wipe over. So now, by adding those client distance and predicted distance to the initial assessment, you've got it here. So this is the initial assessment, and now you can easily just calculate, look, the percentage of the predicted distance the client has done. So there's room for improvement there for this client. That's all cool. So let's swipe on over, and now you've got the exit. Now, usually would do this one at the end of cardiac rehab, for example. So this is just the initial assessment. We'll skip over that one. And the changes is basically the changes between the exit and the initial. Okay, so let's won't be doing any changes today. Let's skip over that, and now you're ready to submit a report. But before you can, you need an internet connection, and luckily this app can check your internet connection. So if I check it, it'll say, look, connection type Wi-Fi. I am actually connected to the Wi-Fi using, the simulator here on my computer at home. All right, so I'm going to go do the initial report. Initial just means, before a program or before a certain intervention. Okay, now before I can do anything, I need to get mail data. All right, let's get that mail data. Success, data has been added. Done. Okay, so I'll explain why you have to press that button. Now, this gets the height and the weight, so things that we've already added into the report. Okay, but the rest we have to fill out. Okay, so you'd have, their ID number, their name, their date of birth, their address if you wanted it. But as you can see here, there are only 3 required fields. Is your name, let's say Neil, say my address is 6minutewalktest@gmail.com. Done. Alright, now we'll scroll up and get rid of this keyboard. Now, the required name here is of the patient, so we'll need that. So let's say Mr. Smith. Okay, let's press done. Okay, so let's say you're all ready to go. Alright, and you've filled in the rest of these and whatnot. And there's a space there for comments and variants. You're ready to submit the report. So let's submit it. And there you go, report has been compiled and will be sent to you shortly. Please check your inbox in a few minutes, so that's no worries. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to check my mailbox here. As you can see there, I've got a email from the app. So I'm going to go here. And let's have a read of it. Look at that. So, as you can see, I'll try and get it in there. Alright. Hello Neil, thank you for using the 6-minute walk test app. There should be a PDF attached to this message. And it actually shows, because I'm using a Mac, all my data there. So that's pretty cool. So that's my actual email there, and that's the attachment. So there you go. Alrighty, and there you have it. So like I said, we had the baseline observations. I've only put in the name, the height, and the weight. You know, for the 6th minute, for the 11th minute, I put in the blood sugars. I put in the pre and post of those, so that's all good. And I put in the assessment here, so that's all done for you. You can print that out, put that in the chart. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys have any questions, please email me at 6mwt@gmail.com. Enjoy. Thanks. Bye.